Pay $5 for a handbag like Saint Laurent, baby. We love that money, baby. 100,000 plus 100,000 my way. Got 30,000 plus 30,000 my wrist. We got those bad that's. I swear, baby, it was just kissing us. How could I forget that you done for me? Baby, gonna take the charge and take the fall from me. Would love to take you shopping, but I'm in your tongue. Sorry, little mama, I can give you more. Baby, could you? I got too much on my mind right now. I ain't got the time to get you sent right now. Could you? I got too much on my mind right now. Tell that hero down, get my baby 30,000. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah.
Gotta hit him on the jack. When you coming back, where's you at on the map? Everything is intact. Could've been a seamstress, still wouldn't cut him slack. Pretty much ain't got a clue. Itty bitty piggyback off everything I do. But I'm still dropping. Got him looking like James Harden at the awards. Back to you, I'm so into you. For real, bread, like I'm keen to you. If you a 10, I add 10 to you. They be mad when I 10 to you. That's what the pay like. Call me Buffy, cause that's what I slay like. These, I sun them like it's daylight. These wanna know what it's like. What it's like, yo, what it's like, yo. They wanna know what it's like, yo. All this ice is like snow. Get kimonos and let's fly to Tokyo. Pretty, pretty, please, baby, won't you pop this for me?
I got too much on my mind right now. I ain't got the time to get you sent right now. I got too much on my mind right now. Tell that hero down, get my baby 30,000. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah.
Look at you go. Okay, you love it. Look. Go. Go. Look at you go. Okay, you bubbling. Look.
Yeah. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booger bugging me. Just need a bag, quit all that jaw jackery.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Washington Redskins. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he's able to take this. this one up to the 35-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Gone! Hurry up, here we go! 3:19! Gone!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. A nice little juke. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at about the 32. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Let's go now.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Easy. Ready.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Let's go now. Even. Let's go.
On third down, that's Jacobs. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. So out now come the Redskins. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. A first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Gone! Detroit! Hot!
They'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And taken right at the 35. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Winston and the Bucs take over now 1st and 10 at their own 44. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Let's go! It's time to play. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Watch him down, guys.
And they'll go on the ground. And a minimal gain as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On 3rd down, it's Jacobs. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. A deep ball for Dotson. And this is taken in at the 5. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A huge play there for Washington. 55 yards. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6.
Here we go now. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They run with Geis, and he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll set up a throw. And that is caught by the tight end Reed. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. Oh, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there, and this will stay a 6-point ball game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Ready? Blue ready.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And they'll run it here. There's some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. It gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Here we go, even. Easy.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to fire one deep. Middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They give him a gain of 38.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
to throw now on first down. Caught on the right side, Reed. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it, because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
56. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Letting one go deep for the end. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. In for the score. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Now Jones. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. First down, Winston. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away, and it's second down. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, stop. Let's go.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So we have come upon halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Now Jones. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Play fake. Winston going up top. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bucs have made this a one-score game. Now the try here for the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 13-7. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. They'll check it down to Geis. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it third down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
The Redskins on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Gone. Detroit.
He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. So because of the yards after the catch, they'll wisely decline the PI.
Yeah, since it was pass interference, they would have gotten the yardage at the spot of the foul. But as you correctly noted, a little bit of run after catch for them. That extra yardage made it easy to decline the penalty.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now. With a carry on 2nd down. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. On the move to his left. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. And on the ground they go with the running back. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's go now. Four down. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brandon, we're into the 2nd half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Mike 50.
On 3rd down, that's Jacobs. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
But it was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. Here's Bradley Pinion now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he fields it cleanly. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll set up to throw. And Reed with it over the middle. Give him 30 yards there. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Well, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that there's still a...
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct, and what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 3rd and short yardage. Winston. He's going to air one out. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the 1st. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Sean Dion Hamilton was there to bring him down defensively.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
They go play action. Winston. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Winston to Godwin on the connection there for a Tampa Bay first. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. He'll look to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Back to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Let's go.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Bucs on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. He's back to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
go
The
now.
Bucs on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
4 down, check, 4 down. Follow.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Lucky 56.
That one looks like he'll throw here. On the crossing route, complete. It's Harmon. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Love. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
All right, now, lucky 56. Gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Gone. All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Washington, there will be a few sighs of relief, no doubt, in that locker room as they get their first win in 9 tries. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
I see the best of them ginned up. 25 to life and they can't stop. Never met a man that they can't talk. We're talking on the phones, they can hear us.
When you got dumb cake up in the say that they be waiting for you in the bushes with the duct tape up and down the interstate. Yeah, we really touch. We touch. October, I'm about to another state. Went down in Arizona, don't give me a call. An empty box in the car means they coming for all. I had six phones, I got rid of them all.